Deviled eggs are getting a major upgrade today because I'm taking them on a flight. That's right, I'm making a deviled egg flight with 4 bold and delicious varieties that'll have your taste buds cruising at maximum altitude. I've got an everything bagel deviled egg topped with smoked salmon and everything seasoning, a buffalo style egg with tangy buffalo sauce, blue cheese crumbles, and crunchy celery, a pimento cheese version packed with sharp cheddar and sweet diced pimentos, and a bacon jalapeno egg bringing the heat with crispy bacon and pickled jalapeños. Hi, I'm Tara the Foodie, and I take the mystery out of cooking for you. Whether you're hosting a brunch, a party, or feeling extra fancy, this deviled egg flight is the perfect way to mix things up. Now let's get cracking. So the first thing you want to do when you're making deviled eggs is make hard-boiled eggs. And I was lucky enough to have Juicy Joe take care of this part for me. Here's how you make the perfect hard-boiled eggs. And I want to give a shout out to Pioneer Woman for this process because it was foolproof, and Juicy Joe verified that it was nice and easy to peel these shells off of these eggs to give me this beautiful looking bowl of hard-boiled eggs. You want to go ahead and bring some water to a boil. Once you bring the water to a boil, then you want to go ahead and gently lower in your eggs. At that point, you want to make sure that the water is on a simmer. And then you go ahead and set your timer to 13 minutes and let the eggs cook. During that time, you want to create an ice bath. Once the eggs are done cooking after 13 minutes, you want to remove the eggs from the boiling water and place them directly into the ice bath. Now, one more tip. I've found that if you salt your boiling water, it will also help the shells to come off easier when you're peeling them. So now I'm here with the beautifully hard-boiled eggs, and I am ready to go ahead and cut them in half and transform these into 4 different types of deviled eggs to create our deviled egg flight. So you just want to grab an egg and a sharp knife and cut it in half long ways. And then you just want to pop out the yolks into your bowl and then set your egg white aside. And I'm going to do this with the rest of my eggs now. The next thing you want to add is a 1/4 cup of real mayonnaise. Next, you want to add 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard and 1 teaspoon of hot sauce and a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And then you want to take a fork because you're going to kind of mash first and then stir this up until it is fairly creamy. The next thing that you want to do after you have your egg yolk mixture all mixed up as much as you can, you want to use the baggie trick. We're going to fill this baggie up with the mixture, then we're going to snip off the edge and use it kind of like a piping bag. It makes it so much easier rather than just spooning it in to each egg. So now is the fun part. Now we are going to make 4 different types of deviled eggs to create our deviled egg flight. The first type I'm going to show you is what I call the everything bagel deviled egg. And this is going to feature everything seasoning. It's like a garlicky, seedy type of mixture that you would find on an everything bagel. So grab some of that, sprinkle on as much as you want on top of 3 of your eggs. And then the final step is to add a piece of glorious smoked salmon. It comes in a package where it will be really thinly sliced. I kind of cut them in strips. I rolled it up into just a nice little package. And then you can go ahead and just top your egg with the piece of salmon. Just kind of push it in a little bit so it doesn't move. The next variation of deviled eggs that I'm going to show you is the buffalo deviled egg. Take a bottle of buffalo sauce. We're going to drizzle a little bit of hot sauce over top. Our next ingredient for the buffalo deviled eggs is little blue cheese crumbles, and put, as many blue cheese crumbles as you would want on each of your deviled eggs. And the last ingredient for the buffalo deviled eggs is little diced celery, because you need celery with your buffalo, whatever you're eating, right? So I'm just going to put a little bit of the celery on each egg. I'm laughing just thinking about Juicy Joe trying to do this with his big hands, big man hands, you know? You probably could though, you're pretty graceful. You did make that lobster ravioli. If you didn't see Juicy Joe's lobster ravioli recipe, click here. He is more graceful and eloquent than you would maybe think, and he created quite the plate of lobster ravioli. So before I move on to the third variation, I wanted to ask you, have you subscribed to this channel yet? I mean, look, every week we come up with something new and creative to bring to you to either make for dinner, lunch, breakfast, or something that you can bring to a party or a gathering. Easter's coming up. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below and click the notification bell so that you never miss one of my videos. It helps me so much grow this channel so that I can make more and more videos more often for you every single week. For the third variation of deviled eggs, I'm going to make a pimento cheese deviled egg. This is kind of a southern thing from what I hear. I'm up here in the north. I'm gonna take some extra sharp cheddar cheese that I've shredded and just put a little bit on top of 3 more of these deviled eggs. And then grab yourself a little jar of pimento peppers that are already diced up for you. I had to search where these were. They're in the olive aisle in case you've never bought these, like I've never bought these. And let's put on some pimento peppers onto each of these deviled eggs. And the final variation of deviled eggs is going to be the jalapeno bacon deviled egg. I'm going to add pickled jalapenos that I've diced up, so I have them here on my board. You buy them in a jar and they're like cut in rings usually, or they might come in diced, I'm not sure, but dice them up. And I'm going to put a little bit of the diced pickled jalapenos on top of the last 3 deviled eggs. And then the final touch is some expertly fried bacon all crumbled up. If you have a Juicy Joe in your home or somebody sexy like that that likes to do lovely, wonderful things for you because he loves you or she loves you, then go ahead and grab that bacon that they made for you and put on some crumbles onto the tops of your deviled eggs with the jalapeno. And this is my flight of deviled eggs. So now it is my favorite time of every episode, time to taste. First, I'm going to try the everything bagel deviled egg. Okay, I'm remembering what it tastes like. I'll break this down for you in a second. Really good though, really good. The second one, the buffalo deviled egg. I'm ranking them in my head. That one went on top. The other one's really good, but that one's such a punch of flavor. The third variation is the jalapeno bacon deviled egg. Yum, yum. That one went on top. I'll give you my official ranking here in a moment. And the fourth variation, the pimento cheese deviled egg. Wow. Okay. So my ranking is the bacon jalapeno is number 1 on the top. The buffalo is number 2. The pimento cheese is number 3. And the everything bagel one with the smoked salmon is number 4. I can't believe I said that because I love smoked salmon. But I like punch you in the face flavor, especially in an appetizer. And that's kind of where they rank when it comes to that type of flavor. But before I go any further, it's time for the flavor breakdown. To break the flavors down for you real quick, for the salmon everything bagel deviled egg, that everything seasoning gave you a nice saltiness and a texture because of the crunch. And then of course you have the most delightful flavor in the world, one of my favorite things in the world, smoked salmon. It's a mild flavor, but delicious. So it's definitely one that if your guests like smoked salmon, they will eat up, they will love. The second one, the buffalo deviled egg. I mean, if you're a buffalo wing fan or a buffalo whatever fan, with the blue cheese and the celery, it is such a classic flavor, and it really had that punch with that buffalo wing sauce. That was awesome, and I really loved the creaminess of the blue cheese and the crunch and just the freshness of the celery. So I wouldn't leave any of that out. For the bacon and jalapeno deviled egg, it's key that you use the pickled jalapenos when you make these because it does give you that tang. But then the meatiness and the smokiness and just the general wonderfulness of crunchy bacon, that and the spiciness and all that, put it on top for me. And then the fourth variation, the pimento cheese. It's not something that I eat very often, but I love sharp cheddar cheese. And then the pimento peppers, they're like a sweet, really delicious pepper. They're not hot at all, but man, does it really go well with that cheddar cheese. That was a nice bold flavor as well, just not as bold as the other two. All in all, a really successful flight of deviled eggs. Just out of this world. You will love them. Make these or get creative with your own creations and comment down below if you were to make a flight of deviled eggs, what would your creations be? What would your variations be? And then check out my website for the recipes to all 4 variations of these deviled eggs and for any recipe that you see on this channel. I'm Tara the Foodie, taking the mystery out of cooking for you, and I will see you next time.